Good evening, everybody. We have Adrian here from Red Lentil Healing with her petty boots on.
Strapped up and ready to go. Laced up, I should say. I don't know, strapped up, laced up, whatever. They're on, darn it. And shiny and ready to trample on some people's nerves tonight.
I love the GIF you sent me after I sent you the invite. Like, do you want to come on Sunday night? Get your petty boots on.
Let's do it. Absolutely. Say less. What time? I'll be there.
Bored Biddy. So, anybody got any announcements?
Other than I want to sue the government for stealing an hour of my time back. So
June 2nd of this year will be the second tarot class. If you did not get a chance to sign up for the one we are in now, because I swear I purposely picked a time sort of outside of retrograde to do the class, and still all the communications have gone to hell in 2 hand baskets, and one of them is not decorated. And so I have gotten, I think at least 4 of y'all went to spam. And so you never got any correspondence back from me because I never heard from you, technically. And so if you have not had a chance to sign up for this class, we're in the 3rd week now, so it's a little too late. But if you have not signed up for the class and you want it to, then June the 2nd through July the 7th will be the next one. Again, it's a 6-week class, $100, and we would do basic tarot. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and it goes to about 6:30-ish. If you are interested in sign up, just email me, tarot'sapprentice@gmail.com. Don't pay for anything. Just tell me you're interested in the class. I'll write your name down in about a week before the class, then I send you all the info you need. So June 2nd will be the next one. That's all I get.
I had somebody ask me about that Saturday or Friday.
Yes, we're having a good time now.
Adrian, how can people reach you for a personal reading?
redlentilhealing.com. Or you can take a soup can and tie some string to it. Then take another soup can and put it up to your dairy air and puff a puff of air. And I promise I will hear your beck and call that you want a tarot reading, and I will help book a session. But in all seriousness, you can go to redlentilhealing.com. I'm sorry. I'm on one. I'm tired. I'm not nice.
redlentilhealing.com also, if you'd like to purchase any of her product.
Yes.
The tree shaking, who's in it?
Roro's down here with all kinds of ornaments. I was telling the guys before we started, she broke an angel ornament yesterday. I'm like, that's bad karma. Mm-hmm. She's got a bell off the tree now, so you're going to hear that rolling around on the floor all night.
Yeah, I hear it now.
Yep. It's kind of soothing now.
Till you hear thump, thump, thump when it goes across the hardwoods.
And so we're sitting here reading, and the tree lands on Jenny because
that's what I have a bad feeling is going to happen next, Becca. Mm-hmm. We'll just see.
Trying to catch a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, mayhem.
Becca, you got anything going on this week?
No.
Thursday night or early Thursday evening, I'm going to be on Psychic Violetta's channel at 5 Central, so it'd be 6 Eastern, 4 Mountain Time. Might be a little bit after that by the time we go live, but I'll be posting tomorrow for some additional questions for that. Other than that, I don't have anything going on this week. So I pinned a comment in the chat, and Lucky Girl's been kind enough to help me repeat it. It's also in the description box under the video, to unfoxmycablebox.com. If you have not done that yet, please do. 90% of their profit comes from the cable companies and satellite companies paying for them, not from their advertising, from the cable companies and satellite companies. So their contract is up for negotiations with most of them in April. So it's the perfect time to do this. Last year, they were successful in they couldn't get Fox taken off, but they at least got them to hold their price. Because every time you get a cable increase, Fox is one of their top channels. It's usually coming from Fox raising rates. So please make sure you go to it. I went to it. It's very easy. You type in your first and last name, your email address, your zip code, and then make sure you click the yes box for them to send you an email of what to do next. So I already got an email confirming they got my information. I'm waiting on the email to tell me who to call it. I have Dish TV, so I'll be calling. So we got 2 weeks, guys. If we can't get them kicked off, at least we can hurt them in the pocketbook.
Mm-hmm. Hurting them in the pocketbook, I promise you, means more.
Please ask other readers, if you could share it in their chats and stuff when they're live. Spread the word. A lot of you, I know there's a lot of homebound people that always feel like, well, I can't get out and campaign and go door to door, but this is something everybody can do.
Mm-hmm.
One little phone call. So that being said, we're going to start with Fox News.
Wow.
Get your Betty boots on.
These children.
It's just getting deeper and deeper. Let's see. Tucker passionately hates Trump. But Becca had a great question. Will Fox have any lawsuits from employees who were wrongfully terminated for speaking the truth?
Well, see, here's the thing, Jenny. I don't think that the reporters were terminated. At least I haven't seen a report.
It's probably the raids and stuff, though.
Well, no. The reporter that reported Arizona, I forget what celebrity on Fox News asked for them to get fired. And it happened on more than one occasion. I don't think the employees were fired, but it's just kind of like if anything happens to them, I'm wondering, like, say they wait for this to die down and then they fire the real reporters, not the talking heads, the real reporters. If there would be, like, if they would get some sort of a lawsuit simply because now you have proof of wrongful termination.
Yeah, it's come out in Dominion's lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
So are they facing any legal issues? I have a follow-up question for this.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some, I think, and they're going to have to pay. I get some money in the environment. They're going to have to go back. They're going to have to make some changes. There's something starting off with a new journey, but their challenge is the Ace of Wands. So there is going to be this new action that comes up. Here's the thing, though. I'm wondering if they're going to be settled out of court or something that's somehow, some way, they're not going to make it public, because at the crown is the high priestess with the secrets, and then in the base is the moon. So something that has not come out to fruition, or we won't see play out, or it's going to play out differently. But in the past, it was definitely about communications, about what was said, things said on it. Oh, and I heard there's documentation too. When I picked that up. Yes. They're going to be out in the cold a bit with the 5 of Cups. So again, it's not going to be big in mass lawsuits, but I think there will be a few. And yeah, they're going to have to get their plan together. They've tried to silence it because in the emotions is the 3 of Wands. There's this like, okay, we thought we can get them to shut up, or we thought this plan we had with like waiting until the election was way over before we terminated them, so it can't be blamed on that. Yeah, we're waiting for that because that's what the game plan was. But no, they're gonna have to pay out. They're gonna have to pay somebody out. But the trick is with the high priestess and the moon, will we see it come out in light?
Or will it be back a house?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you getting, Becca?
I get maybe one. That happened very, very suddenly, but something was discovered. There's a secret that came open, that got brought to light, that brings access, or it's the key. It's very significant. But I see one. So
Yeah. What did you get, Johnny?
I get a reporter here. The page of wands be my news speaker. And so there's your reporter in the Fool card too. They are starting something new because I also get the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. They are going after, with the Four of Wands here, the company or the corporation. There's something here about this person maybe should have been coerced to sign an NDA and didn't, because they may have some sort of revelation here with the Tower that may blow something open. It may cause a bigger stink in the headlines than even the Dominion and all that stuff coming out. Because this is approaching fast with the Three of Wands. So this may be coming up in this month or at the beginning of next month. And so with the Temperance and the Justice, I think there will be a settlement of some sort down the line or eventually, yes. But this person's going to cause a whole lot of havoc. They're about to turn the table over Jesus style up at the Fox News. So looking forward to that.
I want you to notice all the major arcana I got here. There's a celebrity that's going to regret something that they said. It's like as soon as they said it, somebody was celebrating, like, okay, I got you. Somebody that worked with them. So there is hope, major arcana. I get they are going to have to pay things out. Justice, the devil, the magician, the Tower. Like they are going to lose in court over and over, and then big payouts, and that's a big yes card for me. But oh my God, their world's going to fall apart. So follow-up question. They were bad mouthing the Capitol Police and saying it was just tourists and everything. So are they going to have some, because the Capitol Police have been going on social media, whether it was Twitter or Instagram, and then on the news networks saying this is awful what they're doing. Will they have some lawsuits from Capitol Police and especially Brian Sicknick's family, because they tried to act like, oh, he wasn't that injured or something. He's walking around, he looks fine. Before he was hit with the bear spray. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Sorry we have to read on such horrible topics.
There's a deceased officer in the midst of this story,
Yeah,
right?
Brian Sicknick
And he had a wife.
Mm-hmm.
had a fiance, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I specifically asked about Tucker Carlson in the question, because that's what I was wondering about when I sent you the questions, Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
You've been the one out there bad mouthing Brian Sicknick and all the other Capitol Police officers that were injured and everybody else. So I was asking about Tucker Carlson specifically, and my line is Ryder Stork's woman. What is it? Moon and Bear. That's a yes. There's news of a woman here coming in. She's very emotional. There's something here that had to do with an insurrection or some sort of a change, but there's huge money here. Loads of money and resources. News, and then the woman, and then money or resources. So I'm wondering, because they did it to Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
That's my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
They did it to Alex Jones because he was making money off of it. And I mean, he was sicking people on the surviving families, which is just horrid. But it's like, follow that example. Follow that example that they made out of Alex Jones and nail him to the wall. Because you can take down the big conglomerate as much as you want. They got money for days. Start hitting them individually.
Yeah.
Hitting them individually and then shut their mouths. Because that's just wrong. It's beyond sick what they're doing.
Because that's kind of what I'm getting. The corporation itself, it's going to protect itself. Like Fox News itself, with the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Coins, they've got aces up their sleeve. They're going to protect themselves, their money. It was interesting though. When I got the there is a victory somewhere. That's what this card starts with, the Six of Swords. And I'm like, okay. What I'm getting though is 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups. And I'm like, that's a really interesting combination, because if I read them individually, it's saying one thing, but what I heard very clearly is defamation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so I'm wondering, with the 10 of Swords being in the center, 8 of Swords, there could be not just financial, like somebody may go to jail, is what I'm getting, even though that doesn't say defamation, because you don't go to prison for defamation of character. That's a civil case, but I'm getting jail.
Could be a domino effect type of thing, to where you vilify a person, and then that vilification then triggers somebody out here to do like the Sandy Hook thing, to where then you threaten the families because you thought they were actors and they're trying to play on your emotion, type of things.
Or like what happened with the whole Pizzagate thing, where they routed all those people and walked into the pizza store, and
it could be that they get drawn into the seditious conspiracy charges.
Somebody's going to jail though, and it's not.
Which would send them to jail. I'm trying to think what would send them to jail. Seditious conspiracy, if they were working with Trump on that.
Yeah.
And it's obvious from the text messaging and everything that they were working with Trump.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to jail. There's money involved, but it's on the individual, because it's on the individual, or it's going to be the court cost. But I think there's jail. Fox is going to protect itself. It's going to be jail for somebody.
Yeah, they'll throw their anchors under the bus. They don't care.
Nope.
They don't care.
And don't forget, little Tucker's son Buckley was at the insurrection.
Are you kidding me?
He was at the insurrection.
Yeah, he sure was.
I didn't know.
But okay.
But his name is Buckley.
Buckley.
He works there. His name is Buckley.
Only Buckley.
Well,
the only Buckley I know that exists on God's green earth is a made-up character on King of the Hill. So that's what I was like. Somebody actually, that's a real name. Somebody named their child.
I mean, he's rich, but he ain't too far from the trailer park himself. Nothing wrong with trailer parks, but I mean, still, you know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that his kid was at
his son was there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not surprising.
Meanwhile,
he was one of the tourists.
Meanwhile, Tucker Carlson's over there crap talking Trump when the cameras aren't rolling, because we've seen it all on the text messages and emails. But then his son's like, "Dad, I'm taking the tour of the Capitol."
He was giving his dad updates from there, texting him.
Yeah, that's not going to end well.
Is that Buckley with an F, like Tucker with an F? Yes. It's Buckley with an F. I get the same thing. There's a woman here, highly emotional, Ace of Cups, battling the devil, 5 of Wands and the devil. She is coming after someone here who is laying a burden upon her, but it's a constant burden, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. It's something that they do as a part of their work. So they may be hired to cause anxiety and stress and worry. She's trying to find peace. And so now she's going to sort of be woman scorned, if you will, because this is the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups, so hot water. So we got the fire and the water. So she is about to fight fire with fire. And so go get them. Go get them. Send her all the, well, if this is right, if this woman emerges and we see somebody going after them for inciting and defamation and all those, send her all the healing energy you possibly can, because she's going to need it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary. I'm going to say my King of Swords is the police, just like I see them as military. They're going to go after the boss, Murdoch, and do it so that America sees it. But I also there's an individual on the bottom that they'll go after. So I think that would be Mr. Frucker. It's like there's tangible evidence now. So surprise, you're going to get a subpoena here. I do believe they'll go after Fox News Company as a corporation also here. It's going to take a little time, a little investigating, but I get they also win in court. Win in a big way.
Wait, you said they win in court. Who wins?
The police will win.
I think that's how my whole spread started was Six of Swords. Or was it the last reading? I think it was this one. Lord, I need that extra hour of sleep back. Oh, I'm so grouchy. Help me, Buddha. I'm sorry.
Caffeine. Need some caffeine. While we're on Fox News, will Hunter Biden sue Fox News?
I hope so. I'm sorry I said that out loud.
I'm so glad you're comfortable. What'd you break today?
Everything. I broke everything, Mama.
She's looking all sweet at me. Who, me?
This reminds me of that link I sent you guys, and I was like, read the comments. This is hilarious. And Johnny only read like 3 days. Like, I can't do this no more. So there's this crap
My brain died.
reporter who wrote a book titled, and it was the only reason I saw it was because every day there was a new sale on Kindle books. So I go in every day to see what's on sale, to see if there's anything I want to read that I can snag up for like $2-3, you know? And the name of the book is called Hunter Biden and the Laptop from Hell. And you can just tell it's propaganda. It is absolute propaganda. But the comments and the reviews for the book were just like, oh my God, these people are reading crap and they swear they're reading propaganda and they take it like it's the freaking gospel. Like,
In the one video review, the guy was showing the book, the pages were falling out of it.
And he still gave it a 3-star review. He opened the book and page 13 through 22 fell right out the book.
I mean, I gotta at least, and I don't mean to sound like an a-hole, but at least give them credit for the fact that they are literate. Because in my mind, I just thought they were all a bunch of inbred, illiterate dummies.
Maybe their children read it to them.
Oh my God. They got it on audiobook.
Because I was literally, maybe it's on audiobook.
Oh, Lord.
The question was, will Hunter Biden sue Fox? He's going to try. I just don't think it's going to be very successful. It initially starts with some type of blockage with the 2 of Swords. I also think he's going to put a bit of money into this, but it's going to, the thing is that in the court of public opinion, and this is actually my court of public opinions, I don't think it's going to change, sway, make any decision. It may actually make his case as he's not necessarily revered, which is kind of sad. It's not going to make his case much better. There's a lot of work that he's going to have to do that would need to be done, because the problem is that technically what he wants to say about them is not quite defamation. It's more of, well, technically you had a laptop. Technically at one point that laptop had some stuff on it. But it's not the like slam dunk, because the judgment doesn't really get far with the judgment card and the 10 of Swords. It's not as clear as what we think it is. But Fox News is always going to do what? Protect their coins, protect their money. With the devil, this is who they are. This is what they do. They spew the spew and the Ace of Pentacles because it gets ratings. There's someone somewhere that's cooking up a good lie for them right now. That's like, well, technically, it's not, because you had some bull crap on your laptop. We were just saying there was something on your laptop. Where was his defamation?
But that laptop was technically stolen. So, but okay. I mean,
Usually makes your evidence inadmissible at that point.
yep.
I get he should. I don't know if he will, but he should. I think also, because I had to look it up just now, he got 5 children. And because 2 of them fell out while I was shuffling. I had a Page of Swords, Page of Cups fell out. If there is some sort of endangerment to his family, that's where it came from. It's from Fox News, and he can make that tie. And then that can be his catalyst to actually winning. Because I get the 6 of Wands in the end. And the Six of Wands is a victory, but you have to climb a hill to get there first. You have to go through the battles and the da-da-da-da-da. But the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords is how it started. So you got your clarity about the bullying. So if he can prove this part, which it will be provable, because there is something, they don't cover up something. There's a there. Three of Cups, Five of Cups. If something happens, not happens to his family, but a threat is made, he can tie it there and says the rhetoric is putting us at harm and therefore I'm suing you, so forth and so forth. But he should, or you will have the opportunity.
You get a yes?
The man, the anchor, and the bear, he's able to achieve something that brings in a bunch of resources. However, with this takes a long time with the anchor. This doesn't happen overnight. So
I agree with Johnny. Like, he's got to be careful how he structures it. I start out with yes, because he's going to do this on a global stage, but it's timing of it. He's got an agreement with his dad while he's working. So I think he's going to wait till after the election next year is what I'm getting. So he'll surprise them with it then. And there's money to be had, but it will take a while.
I love how your cat is sitting there like a client would, looking at all the cards like, tell me more.
He pulls cards occasionally. When she gets up here with clients, I'll let her pull cards sometimes.
So freaking cute.
She's the tarot cat. Taroro, as one of my clients called her, instead of Roro, Taroro. Oh gosh, Johnny, how do we go into this? Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally down in Tennessee.
Okay. Wait, I took a screenshottery, and I always put in my notes C pic, which means I need to go back to the picture. So there's the Tennessee lieutenant governor, and in Tennessee is where they have now banned drag shows in public. And so
they have 26 bills they're trying to pass that are anti-LGBTQ.
Yes. So not the gay friendly state.
And he heads the Senate in that state.
Yes, he is the head of the Senate and the lieutenant governor. And he has been seen on Instagram commenting on a really feminine twink. Look it up if you don't know.
That, Johnny, I'm glad we're talking about this, because all them comments he made on that girl, I was like, say you. Woo!
What comments did he make?
This is a grandpa married for God knows how many years, and he is making comments like, "Ooh, you look great today," and like almost nude photos, and he's giving him fire signs and heart emojis. And
there's one, Becca, where he's in his skivvies. He is
barely covering anything.
His chonies are real low and real snug, and you can see all his hairs of the nether region. You can basically see the beginning of the elephant trunk. And dude commented, "Go lower," as in pull them down. So basically, like take them chonies off.
Here's the thing. I'm all for looking at scandalous stuff on the internet. However, when you're gonna punch down and you doing the same thing from the closet, and you too old to figure out how technology works, thinking you can post comments and nobody's gonna figure out it's your stupid ass
from his lieutenant governor
handle,
not some alias, from the lieutenant governor Randy McNally's.
That's the point.
What I'm saying, he's too stupid to figure out technology, thinking he can just do whatever and nobody's going to catch on to him.
So here's his excuse, though. Because Trillium Tarot sent me the story, and the first thing in my mind was he was hacked and somebody's messing with him because they're the anti-gay state. No, he was not hacked. He said, "I've got friends that are in that community. I'm not against those individuals, the those and the that's. That's already an overcompensation, first of all. I try to encourage and support individuals that I know." How do you know him exactly? Now, mind you, the child is scantily clad in his Instagram photos. And the
Barely
parts
20
where you
years
can't
old.
see his body and all you can see his face, he's got all the makeup on in the world. So this, how do you know him? How do y'all shop the lipsticks together? Like, is that what's happening? Do you get moisturizing treatments from him? How do you know this individual? And so he's saying that he likes to encourage people. He also said, speaking to Fox 17 News, I try to encourage people on their post and support people. I don't hold any animosity towards gay people. That's not true.
Well, he's writing laws that target gay people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's him.
It is a
It's always the Republicans, man. It's always the one that screamed the loudest, or the ones that got more skeletons in their closet than everybody in the chat and all of us combined.
Because here's what I want to know.
He said he was sorry for embarrassing his family. It's like, dude, you just got caught.
You got caught
big
red.
time.
Okay,
So which
so
one
which
is
is
it?
it?
Are you embarrassed for the family, or were you actually, or was it somebody botted your account? My guy, which one is it? Because if somebody hacked into your account, there's nothing to be embarrassed for your family for.
I'd
Was
be
that
checking
what you were
his.
thinking, Johnny?
I'd be checking his computer for child porn.
Because if you are
It's not
embarrassed for your family,
Yeah.
then that means you got caught and you didn't know it. And so then they all found out that you was commenting on the post too. If you were truly in support of him, then you set the tone for your household, and your household should also be in support of people like that too. So
Yeah.
there would be nothing to be embarrassed of, because my father supports all people. So why would I be embarrassed? I support people too. I may not agree with your lifestyle choice, but I support people too. So that means you got caught because you was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, probably scanning Instagram with all the people with abs and makeup on and they booty showing, and you start commenting and forgot, oops, I ain't on my account that says Bob the Builder. I'm on my Lieutenant Randy McNally. You know, for a person named after the road atlas, you should have been able to find your way better than this. My only question is he now trying to cover up and he really does like this little boy in that way, or was he really trying to support him?
And I have a follow-up question. I'm like, don't pull that. I don't have much knowledge of technology and stuff. You knew that fire emoji when you pressed it.
Because you put it 15 million times.
And you sure knew how to type. Go lower.
Go lower.
That wasn't some spell check thing. You typed
Because
it.
you can't find a gay man on Instagram or somebody that's got the rainbow flag that's got all their clothes on and then show them some support. No, you went to this boy because he had no clothes on.
Okay, you know what? I'm not pulling any more.
See.
So does he like that little boy in that way?
No!
Yes. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's been private messaging or trying to figure out how to DM him too. Hey, honey, send me some naked pictures of take those pants all the way down, and here's my email address, and send them.
He pays this little boy. Very, very emotional. The challenge is that this came out. He's losing.
What card is that?
Cups. His
The
challenge.
5?
Yep. It's all cups after this. 10 of cups, 2 of cups, queen of cups, king of cups. That's why I say I ain't read no more. He know that little boy. They in a relationship, and he's his sugar. What is it? The
Sugar daddy.
No. He would be the boy is the sugar baby.
He's the pool boy.
Yeah.
Jerry Falwell.
And I told that guy on the TV too, man. You better have at least 15 bottles of tequila to get involved with that guy.
Randy is the chicken hawk. That little boy is, or the little boy's the chicken hawk. Sorry. Yeah,
the twink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm telling you, they better be checking his computer because he's got an addiction issue for young, naive. Sorry he got caught, but he watches a lot. It's not just this one. There's going to be another one that comes out. he's romantically inclined, and there's my yes card, and that nostalgia. Yeah, he's
You're like them little
he's a lover.
babies.
I got the Page of Cups,
Young butts and everything.
Girl, okay.
the Knight of Cups, romance, the Devil, which is his addiction, and the Sun. Now, let me say this too. The Devil card, yes, is addiction, but in the Devil, in the depiction of the Devil, he holds a torch downward. That's a person trying to hide their lust and passion. But you know it's there because there's signs of it. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So this is not just an addiction. It's him also hiding from it because who he actually is, they don't really know. I mean, they do if you examine it, but they don't really know.
If
But
you're
yes.
one of his kids, you better be watching your grandkids around him. That's all I'm saying.
That's disgusting. That's
It's always the Republican. Oh, whatever.
It's always the
all
Republicans.
Republicans.
Always. Like the guy at CPAC.
Yep.
Come on.
Jen, you think you had a follow-up question for this?
Yes. Will he step down as lieutenant governor, or would they force him out or something? Will he take
Okay, I
his?
got one more question on this too.
Here's the thing. Maybe I like twinks. I don't know. I just like you know what it is. I just like mostly naked men. I think that's my yuck and my yum, and I can admit to it. I like a male physique. He was not a bad looking chap. And I had a whole point to this and I forgot where I was going. So my brain I just immediately went back to the picture because them undies was almost off. And he said, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, nothing throw you off like nudity. So I mean, I understand.
I love this question, Jen. Will he lose his job or have to step down? Well, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Interesting.
I get he can stay, but this problem, or I call it problem, it's not over. There's another page to turn here, because I think now with the Seven of Wands is higher ground, but it's also defending yourself, your beliefs against those who are attacking. Now you're usually successful in such an endeavor, but it's still there nonetheless. So some more pressures on the way. This is not over, but
It's not. It's not. There's more young men. Because this is my
Oh, mercy.
the Page of Wands. I actually get if it's not. Is this his first term or his second term?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's like 80, so God knows it could be his 50th.
He's not going anywhere. It's gonna take a while. Because it starts off with all of my aces are yes cards, but also there's something to. I think there's going to be some there's some records with the Ace of Pentacles. Like we may start to see some Venmo transactions. I hope he put them private. For the love of God, I hope that man.
No.
I know, Becca. We know he didn't. I know he didn't. We
No,
all
I
know
He
he
did
didn't.
him right under lieutenant governor.
I want to see them all live.
Yeah.
So we all get to see his dirty freaking laundry while he's punching down
Most
a minority group.
Most likely there's a Venmo transaction that was public to that young boy that says, $50,000, and it's from at Lieutenant Governor Randy, and it's in the description. It's an eggplant
Yeah.
emoji.
Email
I'm
me
telling
the
you,
photo after you went all the way.
that's it. It's gonna be it's gonna take a while though with the Chariot. And I think too I think there's another election this year, another election cycle for the state of Tennessee. So it's going to have to take somebody stepping in with a very high authority. It may be like a new governor that would have to step in to say, you got to go, but it's going to take a while because unfortunately, there's mobile base. Johnny, you're muted.
He's been lieutenant governor since 2017.
Okay.
He's been in the state senate since the 80s, and
Okay.
on his Wikipedia page already is this controversy with the little boy, with the twink on Instagram.
And
Already.
that ain't the only one. Multiple problems and multiple losses from choices and decisions with young men. This is the Jack of Hearts. Okay.
Mhm.
Also, this is the card of elections and choices. Losses, election, small or new.
Mhm.
So I don't get that he steps down. It's going to have to come through this.
From
Like,
being voted out.
Yeah.
voted out, or somebody steps in and is like, you got to go, because this is
Yeah.
we're trying to punch down on the gays, not send them Venmo payments for everybody to see.
Yeah. There are people out there right now that are looking at every Instagram, every Facebook post he's ever done the last 10 years. The Republicans are going very quiet on him. So they're not saying yay or nay in face of this judgment, but he's got a strong chance that he'll be there a couple of more years. I don't know when his term is up, but there's more young people coming out. This isn't done yet. There's going to be very quickly, like within the next 2 months, there's going to be more young people coming out. He will eventually, victory in getting him out from work, but it's not till more comes out. And there's definitely money they're going to have to look at. Definitely something about money. So
I'm telling you, them Venmo and Cash App transactions, make them private, please.
The question I have now, Janice McNally is apparently his wife's name. They've been together for 1,000 years. How does she feel? Or does she know and don't care? Or what?
Or is she just naive? Oh, he's just supporting this young man. Isn't that sweet?
Because I support, because when he said I support all people, and all I heard was Alex Jones and the everybody watches transport thing. Like, you're trying to cover it up by saying that, oh, everybody's fine.
Everybody does it. No, it just seems to be you Republicans doing it a lot.
That was God. Look at God. Won't he do it every time? I tell you.
He doth think already.
This whole thing reminds me of that. I forget who the author is that wrote that book, My Policeman. They just made it into a movie about this woman that was married to this guy. I think it was like in the 50s or whatever, and he was gay. But the guy was having an affair with this other man, and she knew about it, but she was totally cool with it because of how society looked upon gay people in that era. It's like, y'all could be free of this shit if you stop being such judgmental a-holes, but whatever.
No maiden name. I'm dying. Said their marriage certificate was written by a feather in 1865. I got shit. God dang it. I'm wondering if their marriage was bought and paid for. There's a lot of offerings for money and sharing of money and balancing of money. Or she comes from a wealthy family. Either or, but there's a lot of financials here. So I know that doesn't answer the question directly. Like, how does she feel about it? What she is watching out for is her money. Johnny, stop with the face. I hate you.
This trait of Southerners and African Americans. If you don't say it out your mouth, it's going to be written on your face.
Oh, I hate you so much. I hate you. I hate your mammy. I hate
Here's my really quick question. And I'm just asking it out of pure curiosity. The guy's 80-something years old, right?
Yeah,
Even with Viagra, does that still...
That's what the bill is for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's under insurance.
As long as you have a healthy heart.
I
Yeah.
just wonder if poor little Finn got caught and arrested at a drag show, if he'd go bail him out of jail.
Because the back of my mind, I keep thinking this man. There's photographic evidence of this man at drag shows.
I'll bet you.
She's confused, and she's bought into all of his lies, and that's causing a lot of situationship for her. Has caused some situationship for her, but this is either a marriage of convenience and has been for years, or she has all the money and would have to pay him out or something with this. She's not. So basically, there's no emotion here. If that tells anybody how she feels, she's maybe confused. She's maybe kind of, because I bought into this for years, but she's more got her mind on her money and her money on her mind than little Gipper Snipper.
What'd you get, Becca?
I get that the woman is perhaps depressed. This could be an illness too. That something has been kind of resurrected. So maybe this ain't the first time, but thanks to technology, your dumbass husband got caught. So because something like this didn't just happen overnight. Some 80-year-old grandpa isn't going to be sitting around the house, I hate gays, and then going on Instagram.
How would he even
know?
How would he even know what and who to follow at that age? And how does he know how to use the InstaFace? Because he's been on Grindr. Okay,
because the twink with the makeup and the booty shorts, that's the one you follow? Okay. Not the Anderson Cooper type gay. No, you find the gayest thing you can find.
I hate you, Johnny.
Bright red cherry lipstick too. You better go ahead with it.
Yeah, I mean.
This woman here is either okay. So let me not judgment. Neutral. Third eye, be neutral. So the Hangman and the Ten of Pentacles. This is stuck and stagnant perspective change on the family tree. She's looking back. She's doing a lot of reminiscing right now. And what sign did you miss? What thing did you not pick up on? Something, because the Lovers is here in the King of Wands. She is questioning her marriage. She is actually, I wasn't expecting to see this. I was expecting to see somebody who is informed. But no, I think she had a suspicion because the Six of Cups is here, nostalgia. Something happened before.
Mm-hmm.
And it is happening again. Memories. And then the Three of Swords, betrayal, five, or the Page of Swords, negative news, the Ten of Swords, and ending, the Hierophant, morality. And because I clarified it with the Four of Cups, so you're judging him. Mm-hmm. And you're right to judge him because you are his wife. Us out here, whatever. You are married to him. You are yoked with this man. And so, yes, you have the right to judge him, but at the same time, I want you to judge yourself too.
I wonder how
because sometimes we build our own tower, and then when it falls down, we have nobody to blame but us.
And it just makes me wonder how many times the signs have been there, and she did the dutifully wifey thing and just looked away, and now she's going, wait a minute, at that one party when he was rubbing so-and-so 17-year-old boy's shoulders a little bit too long. Like things like that, like
that's why I got the Seven of Cups. She is confused. She's going back. It's all a mental game for her right now.
She knows. She knows this is not anything new. She knows this has been going on a long time. She knows she's going to be practical about it. Got that money to worry about, but she knows hubby, grandpa's a lover boy. She's very conflicted about it, but she had some sharp words to say to him about his addiction. She has known for a long, long time. It may even run in the family. So there may have been others in the family that had issues like this. She's disgusted that this was found out, but she's going to lay low and make it like it's a happy home.
I bet you if somebody was to go through his personal devices and look at the history, there'd be all sorts of Grindr and a whole bunch of other places that are not safe to say here on the interwebs.
I bet you could find some 50-year-old gay men now that were maybe in their 20s in the 1980s and that would come forward and tell some stories on him. Mm-hmm. This is, born that way.
But here's the thing, though. Why punch down? We live in an age where it's nobody's freaking business what your sexual orientation is. It's nobody's business. The only people making it a problem is people like him. They want to go sticking their nose in other people's, living situations. Like, nobody's going to judge you. Stop
Thank
being
you,
a
lucky girl. Well, in Tennessee, which is very, very conservative, I have a lot of gay friends. I have a lot of drag friends there that participate in drag shows and stuff. But it's very conservative. It's difficult, church on every corner.
But it's nobody's business. The party of small government sure does care about what's going on in consenting adults' bedrooms. It ain't none of your business. Shut up and go on with your life.
If he hadn't gone down this road with these bills, nobody would have thought twice about it.
Exactly. Nobody would have been coming for him.
Nope.
It's always the hypocrisy, just like Lindsay and everybody else.
As my auntie told me last weekend, you should not be throwing in pebbles and stones when you in your very fragile glass house, Adrian Coleman. ET is right. And I would give him that same advice. Stop throwing pebbles and stones.
Yeah.
From the windows of your glass house.
He might have grown up on a sheep farm or something.
But again, nobody cares. The only people that care are people like him. It's not an issue. It's not an issue with the rest of America. Like, okay. Whatever.
George Santos.
Oh God, what did he do now?
In his skimming scheme, which we called it, that there was going to be, as Johnny pointed out in our text, there'd be an investigation into this. Thank you, lucky girl. She's trying to make the total 5, 7, and 7. The 5 and 7 as opposed to the 10 and 2. Anyway, he's declared his innocence, but Trilla is down in Brazil, sent letters to the FBI, the Secret Service, and the New York Attorney General's office.
Wait, hold on. Repeat that again.
Trilla, the guy that worked with him on the card skimming scheme, where you put those skimmers in.
On the ATM machines?
That guy went to jail in Seattle. He went to jail and when he got out of jail, they deported him back to Brazil because he wasn't a U.S. citizen. Santos had told this guy apparently that he was going to get what's that drug lord's lawyer El Chapo. Thank you. He was going to get his lawyer for him, but Santos never went back to visit him again. He served time in jail. So,
what in the house of cards is going on?
That guy's name is Trilla. He is in Brazil, and he wrote letters to the FBI, the Secret Service, and to the New York Attorney General's office saying, yes, he owned the equipment. We split everything 50-50. He ratted him out. And I'll be happy to testify. I can't come into the U.S. to testify, but I'll be happy to help in any way I can. And he's also got the ethics committee looking at him. So I guess my question is the FBI going to, or Secret Service or New York AG, is anybody going to look at George Santos and what's going to happen over credit card fraud?
Because last week when we looked at it, it didn't just say he was involved. It said that like he's running or he's in charge of this or something. And that's what that guy is saying. Is like, no, he was the one calling the shots.
He had the warehouse. George Santos had the warehouse with all the equipment in it, and he would like send it up to this guy. And apparently, it was more states than just Seattle. He would go around to different states to do this.
I mean, just when you think this guy can't do more.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars they probably.
Because I remember seeing something on the news that it was out of Seattle, but the stuff was being mailed in Florida.
Yes, because the Florida address is the address he shared with Santos. That's how Santos is sort of coming into the story.
If you go back a few weeks, we said there was something about identity theft too.
And that came up in Johnny and I's grand tableau.
In the tableaus too.
In the tableaus, it came up
identity
about theft. I remember his was on the very first column of the tableau.
Because we were also saying too, because I think I was reading with you guys on one time we read on this, and it was like, go pay closer attention to that roommate.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The roommate's like he was stealing checks and blah blah blah. That's when we first were going into the identity theft stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was just stealing scarves and underwear and peanut
No,
butter.
he
He
was
was stealing
stealing
identities.
He was stealing people's debit cards and credit card stuff,
Yeah.
making fake credit cards, and then just going on a freaking shopping spree. Like,
I'm afraid of jail. I don't think I'd like it too much.
no.
That's a lot of my issues.
And being Santos, you know he gonna be somebody's B real quick. Real quick. Like,
Maybe we could get him hooked up with Randy McNally.
Yeah.
He's too old.
And I'm saying George Santos is too old for McNally.
He's too old for young man.
Yeah, you gotta type. Will they go after him? Yes, they already have. They're doing it. They've got communications. Something he has snitched before, and he's not the only one. El Trillio.
Trilla, yeah.
Their challenges how to go about it, but yes, there's some illumination. They've got some information. Also, though, I wonder if what Trulio has offered is a bit of fool's gold. He doesn't quite have as much as he claims he does with the Knight of Pentacles. This is a lot of like, I'm saying the right things to get you guys to come look, but once they start looking, they're gonna have a hard time finding kind of all of the pieces that they need. But enough has been planted. What's gonna happen next? There's some stuff that they're doing in secret that we don't know about yet. Because again, I think according to this, Trullo gave them some stuff, but it's not quite enough. But he did plant enough seeds with the Two of Wands. There's enough planted for them to start looking. But truth be told, I keep getting they've always been looking. They smelled him coming from a mile away. They were like, y'all voted that in. So they've just been stacking the books. Something in the past, though, because the tower is in the past, has crashed. It has crashed. It's all about his work and his doings. So yeah, what's happening next is we just got to be patient and watch. This is going to take a while though, because there's nothing here that says, okay, it happens tomorrow. They've got all the pieces of information. People keep planting the seeds, but the seeds that they planted also implicate themselves as well, because everybody's dirty on this. So without implicating themselves, they're trying to give enough information that they can.
But you want to bet he still has the warehouse, the storage warehouse down in Florida under some weird name.
Yep.
What you getting, Johnny?
I get King of Cups, Justice, Page of Wands. So King of Cups comes up as Santos for me. The Justice, Page of Wands. So yes, there is some talking. There's also going to be some requests to meet, to have a meeting. And so this is not just talking. This is going to be an investigation. 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords. There's a lot of worry about this because there's some defeat coming your way, or the defeat was actually your old friend with the Lover's card here. His capture and deportation spells very, very bad news for you. But I do think that George Santos is trying to eat all the life he can because he sees what's coming down the hall. I mean, well, you would think one would have to, but yeah, I think he sees it. But yes, there will be some trouble coming as well.
You're right, Johnny. This whole I stepped out of committees because somebody probably pulled him aside and said, yo, step the F down, because you're about to be reviewed by ethics committee and there's all sorts of criminal investigations into your ass.
You see there's a new bill called the No Fortune for Fraud Act. And it's basically it's called George Santos' bill behind closed door, I'm sure. He wanted to co-sponsor and they told him no thank you.
I mean, you gotta be really stupid to be in his shoes and think that you're about to get away with all this stuff.
I don't know though, Becca. He's a sociopath.
Yeah.
You don't think it's coming.
Where did they find all these crappy people?
Well, and then they have that other one. I forget what state he's from. He lied about his resume too. There's 2 more.
Yeah.
There's
a woman down in one of the southern states too.
in Florida, that's a freaking liar. Nowhere near, nobody can hold a candle to George Santos. But there was 2 more that got caught lying on their resumes.
George needs to ask Boebert how to get in the escort service business.
That may be the only, yes. Only thing he got going next.
Nobody guess that he'll be criminally investigated for this situation. So
I get an indictment. I get a big fat indictment as it goes to the courts. I'm getting 2 cards, so maybe 2 months or something to figure it out. Two of Pentacles here also. There is an investigation that we don't know about that's already been going on. He's going away. He's going to end his career. He is going away eventually. Oh man!
All I gotta say.
And this is going to make Kevin McCarthy look even worse, because instead of doing the right thing and saying there's no place for you here, you need to go, he basically gave him shelter.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
From this whole thing.
Well, as he's doing for Fox, giving them the tapes so they can manipulate the story all they want.
You know it's bad when Mitch McConnell comes out. When Mitch McConnell, Satan in the flesh, okay, comes out and says, this is wrong. Like, you know you done effed up real bad. Like, okay.
It's pretty bad when even My Pillow Mike said this is wrong. I expect Mitch to say it's wrong. I did not expect My Pillow Mike to say it was wrong.
And then Mitt Romney, so you got like the Mormon, the turtle, and the cokehead all walking to the car and say, George Santos, get out, you're a fraud.
Well, is McCarthy facing pressure? Like, is he going to get ousted for sharing these tapes with Fox? I mean, he obviously promised them to help them regain after the Dominion lawsuit, but is he facing an enormous amount of pressure for doing that? Trying to act all innocent.
Interesting.
My anxiety card just tried to fall out.
You know, I'd love to live in the same land of delusion that these people live in. The question was again, Jen?
Is he facing pressure like to get ousted as speaker?
Becca, what did you get?
I got the House, the book, and the whip, and then I pulled 2 more to get a better understanding. There is a lot of fighting in the House about something that's classified, and a lot of people within the entourage that are keeping things quiet and have knowledge of stuff. This becomes a problem because they will eventually, with the tower and the coffin, they could view McCarthy's ambitions being their downfall. When you look at tower and coffin, also House, whip, and coffin, a lot of the entourage is infighting and arguing about a loss. So I don't know if this is about an upcoming loss because we got midterms again in next year. So, and there's knowledge of what happened in the government, and they know that this was supposed to be quiet and secret. But I don't think it's coming from the crazies. I think it's coming from the ones that
Middle of the roads.
I don't even get middle of the road with the house here. This is pretty established and foundational. So I think, even though they all turned against her, but I would say the old Liz Cheney Bush wing of the party is like, what the F are you doing, yo?
Yeah.
This is who this is. This I get. He's secure as far as the question goes, but there's pressure, but it's from someone outside of government, is what I get. I do get the Marjorie here. She's in the word of warning, but she's more like she comes with the new action with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Cups with the confusion. So she is more of just the barking dog in the back, who's going to be his thorn for the rest of his time there. But here, there is a very aggressive woman, if you will, because she gets the strength, Seven of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. She wants to take control, or she has control of him. But it's more in the shadow here with the Hermit card. It's not something that we see, and she may not even be somebody we know. But she's outside of this house fight with the Marjories and all them weird people. She's outside of that. She's somebody else. And she does put a lot of pressure on him, and it's successful pressure. So she may have him on a leash. So
like a Rona McDaniel type or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I get there's support in the House that feels stuck with him to get him out, send him packing. And I'm getting all these 2 cards again, so maybe 2 months, and he'll be out of there. He's going to regret giving those tapes.
Mm-hmm.
He should have hung on to them. He's going to regret it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me anybody. Maybe the crazies, the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Lauren Boeberts and the guy from Arizona whose brother came out and said, Paul Gosar, Matt Gaetz, all those crazies, which is a very small minority of the party. It's like 20-something, 30 people. The rest of the party is not freaking nuts. I wouldn't think.
And the crazies will fall by the wayside if McCarthy goes out and quits protecting them.
And here's the thing. It's like, you can't tell me those people are looking at what McCarthy's doing and what happened in January 6th and go, oh, yeah, that's totally cool. When they were all running for their lives,
The short-term amnesia is amazing to me.
Oh, yeah, it is, Adrian. It is. It's just like.
They want him out, though, because in the environment, and I threw some more cards on top of this, 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, he's trying to hold on, because his challenge, though, is holding on with the 4 of Pentacles. I don't know. I think he has even been able to kiss the right booty, because at first there's a shift that's happened with the Hangman and the 3 of, Lord Jesus help me, 3 of Cups. Like, I remember them like, no, I remember it took a while to get people to be behind him. I think he's kissed even more behind with the healing and the star in the background, but watch your fronts, your backs, your sides.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like the not crazy wing of the party. And when I say not crazy, don't put Elise Stefanik in there, because she's a manipulating, calculating, backstabbing ho-ho. But like everybody else, they probably see his ambitions as a threat because he brings losses. When you give the microphone to the crazies, that's not a winning strategy.
Yeah, and you look at the committees, like the hearings they've been doing, and it's all the crazies on the committees. So they'll all lose their seats if somebody else gets speaker.
And not just that, but it's like everything that they're trying, the narrative that they're trying to rewrite about January 6th, it's just blowing up in their faces because the Dems are coming in with receipts.
Yeah.
And then they can't, dude, the receipts are right here. You can't backpedal this. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Mitch McConnell fell in a hotel in D.C. that he was at a meeting for and was in the hospital with a concussion, which I'm sure Elaine Chao just looked at him on the ground again. How is his health? Is he going to finish serving his term? Because he's falling a lot these days.
I feel like
You're laughing.
I get one smile off my face. I'm so
Try not to laugh at somebody falling,
because
but
it's
I
not
like
funny. I really ain't trying to be that
my
person.
images of Elaine just looking at him down on the ground, like, get your butt up.
Y'all know I hate his whole guts and his mama guts too for giving birth to him. She should have left him in a hot car when she had the chance. But I'm trying not to laugh because it's not technically funny. Because you shouldn't laugh because I mean the man is old and he's still a human, so I shouldn't laugh. But
He's a nasty person.
if I had a hammer.
I knew you were going to get your laughing blanket.
I really was trying not to be that person. Because I failed before. It's not fun. But
It's okay. We're all going to go to hell with you. It's all right.
That's okay. I'm driving the bus, y'all. So
it's not bad in hand. Don't let them fool you.
How is his health? Well,
that's my ties.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, stop pulling cards because I didn't ask a question. It's force of habit. Okay, ask the question first. All right, well,
He's going to finish his term.
This wasn't what I was expecting.
I was probably being led. That's what was happening. I'll call it that. Okay. It says pull few, so I'll pull few.
I thought you said cesspool Hugh. And I was like, what nickname is cesspool Hugh? What's that for?
I mean, there's the devil, so I mean, that's not too far off.
Try not to read on Ted Cruz or anybody like that because Johnny and I had a 10-minute laughing
I don't know what that was.
attack on him.
Will he finish his term? I asked would he be all right and would he finish his term? Okay. I got a yes. The sun is yes. The emperor and the devil, you would literally, I think, have to pry his cold, dead hand off of power. The Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, I do think it's coming near, though. But
I do too. There's something coming near. But here's the thing. He's not 5. He's like 95. So coming near for a 95-year-old is not like coming near for a 5-year-old. Like, you catch what I'm saying? Like, it could still be 3-4 years from now coming soon. And we'd be like, oh, okay. But he was 99 years old at that point versus coming soon for somebody young. But there is something there. I asked, how was his health? Because I thought that was like the initial question. Whatever this little fall was, he's healed from it. So there's no boo-boos. Somebody out other than Elaine Chao went and picked him up. There is some regression, though. There is, I don't know if it's like a dementia, Alzheimer's, but there's something that's causing him to go to a childlike state. And I mean it in like loss of faculties, cognitive abilities, may have to have someone who's helping him more like a child.
So like a stroke or something?
Say that again?
So like a stroke or something?
Yeah, there's just something, or could just be age. He is older than Satan himself. So sorry.
Adrian, do not insult me that way.
I'm sorry. Oh, you're right, Becca. I'm so sorry.
My gray hairs ain't got nothing to do with my age.
Yeah, get your child, Becca, because I don't know what's going on with him. There's something that's going on. And it is eventually, though, whatever this is, it's been going on for a while. He's kept it a secret, hence he seems to fall a lot in public.
He's a polio survivor, and it attacks again in older age, and it's messing with his.
It's going to cause him, though, at some point. He should stop working but he won't. He won't.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have a transitioning card crowning the reading, so he may be getting close to that time he's going. He's got a bad back, and I think he drinks too much. His balance is off. He's got skeletal mobility issues. So we know that. But, bad news card. He may get voted out next time. I don't see him. I think he's going to try to hang on in the meantime, for one more election, but I don't see him withdrawing from the Senate.
I get the ring, the scythe, and the book. It is unknown if he'll keep the contract or if he'll continue with his commitment, because this here says that a commitment is broken. This is known or unknown. However, this sits in the middle, and this is sudden, and this is accidents. So, and he's up for re-election when?
2024, I think.
Is it 2024 or
2026?
Probably 26.
Yeah, I think it's 26.
I do want to draw attention to, because Joyce said earlier, no Dem made a meme about him like they did for Pelosi. I would like to say, though, a Republican did, and Becca sent it to us. She had a whole video on Twitter.
And guess who it was? Guess who it was? It was one of Trump's lawyers that just got censored for lying. Posted a video of someone. Now, what pissed me off was that it was clearly animal abuse, but there was a turtle sitting on top of the stairs, like a pet turtle. And the person nudges it and kicks it, and the poor freaking turtle just all the way down the stairs into a basket. And she was making fun of, like, this is a video of what happened to Mitch McConnell.
To Mitch McConnell.
And here's the thing, though. She's a conservative Christian. Like, that's what we were going off about. Like, this woman is talking about how she's a Christian and she's
making fun of an old man who just fell down and had a concussion.
I mean, just like
Chuck
that.
Grassley, if he serves his whole term, he'll be 96 by the next election.
Yeah, we got to do better with this. I'm sorry. That just makes me.
They either give us the old farts like that, or they give us the Herschel Walkers and MTGs and Lauren Boeberts. That's who they are.
Meanwhile, I'm a Christian. Okay, because Jesus said it was totally cool to make fun of somebody else's, misfortune and health issues. Okay.
And even think a video of somebody kicking a turtle down the steps is also funny.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Bless their heart.
The conspiracy theorist that was emailing Sidney Powell.
The one that was having regressive, like, what was it that she was having psychic meetings with somebody, or what was the claim?
Marlene Bourne claims she is internally decapitated, semi-conscious time traveler.
Okay, do that sentence one more time.
Internally decapitated, semi-conscious time traveler. That's what she refers to herself.
Internally decapitated.
So in her spirit body, she has no head.
Semi-conscious time traveler.
But where does
I guess
the
you wouldn't
conscious
be
come from?
conscious if you are internally decapitated.
I'm so confused. Jesus.
Wait, okay. Can we break these down in chunks? Can we take them in chunks? Because I'm not able to follow. Let's start with the first chunk.
It's like I understand English, just not in that order. It's like
This is a crazy woman.
Adrian. Internally decapitated.
Let's start there. Internally decapitated.
what does this mean?
Internally, like inside.
Yes, decapitated.
I'm not connected.
So I'm dead from the head up. Keep moving. What's the next two chunks?
Semi-conscious, which you would be if you're dead from the head up.
Dead from the head up. You dumb as hell.
And a time traveler.
Yeah, and backwards. So she's dumb as hell and she's back. She's real backwards. Okay, got it now.
Okay.
That's what you would call your head up, your behind. It's still there. It's just hidden.
She's the one that emailed Sidney Powell all these conspiracy theories that Sidney Powell then sent on to Fox, like, oh, we're going to talk about this tonight, So it came out in the Dominion lawsuit that Sidney Powell had taken all these emails from this crazy woman. Well, Politico went and tracked her down. And I mean, you have to read the article because she says more crazy stuff than what we saw in the Dominion lawsuit.
So they interviewed the internally decapitated.
Yeah, they talked to her. They got an article about her.
No, Jen. No, they didn't.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep our something close to our hearts and our chest.
Like anybody else would have read this email and said, this poor mentally unstable person, God bless her, and leave it at that. No, Sidney Powell takes it on the news and broadcasts all these conspiracy theories that this internally decapitated semi-conscious time traveler gave her.
It's okay. Okay.
No, this is not okay.
Who's the fool? The person saying it or the person hearing it and repeating it?
Or us for listening to this bull.
Or Fox News for putting Sidney Powell the crazy on who they admitted in their text messages was crazy. Like she's quoting an internally decapitated semi-conscious time traveler on our shows.
Where did she come from then? What period of time? Is she from the future or the past?
She's from another planet.
Semi-conscious.
Question here, because I'm so confused. I hope there's no question. I hope this is just us having chit-chat and dialogue about this particular topic.
I'm trying to format a question in my head, but I may be a little bit semi-conscious too at the moment because I can't wrap my head around a question about her.
Okay, wait. Who were doing the question on, the woman or the Powell?
I think Sidney Powell.
Sidney Powell.
Okay, so we'll start there.
Because it's obvious, like Dominion's going to get their ass in a sling in this lawsuit because they let this crazy person come on. Sidney Powell's quoting someone like this and then starting all these crazy lawsuits everywhere over the election. Is she going to get disbarred?
Okay,
I thought they were already in the process of disbarring Sidney Powell.
Is she going to get disbarred?
Why did I just say, is Sidney Powell going to get decapitated? I meant to say disbarred. That's how deep my brain is on this. Okay.
You have to be semi-intelligent to pass the bar exam, right? How could you fall for that kind of conspiracy?
I guess that's already in the works and has been achieved. Which I could have sworn was the issue. I could have sworn that there's a bunch of states that are about to.
Yeah, I think once you have several states disbarred, then it's like you're like nationally disbarred.
Oh my God.
I mean, Jesus, take all the wheels.
Like you spent all that money to go to law school to come up with some crazy crap like this as your legal argument.
And then go in front of millions of people on Fox News and repeat it.
But didn't she say in the court filings with Dominion that she knew that it was a lie? Did she say that?
Sidney Powell avoids disbarment after Texas judge tosses something. February 25th, 2023.
So in Texas, they didn't disbar her yet.
They didn't disbar her there. She's trying to save her license January 3rd, 2023. She avoided disbarment over election lies.
Ooh, this is painful. She's painful. Yeah, this is gonna be tough for her. She needs to go get some neurological surgery to reattach the head of whomever, because she's really going to be judged. This was not a good move. Everything she does is a poor move, mind you, but this is another pebble in her balance of things she's juggling that's gonna continue to throw her off kilter. She may actually think it may be rolling over several states where she gets disbarred because there's going to be some loss here. There's some conflict with her trying to fight to keep her license. Some states there's already been some petitions, I think, or like cases whatever filed, yeah, she's going to. It's not going to be all, but she's gonna lose her license in certain states.
Yeah.
What you getting, Johnny?
I see in the comments, Sidney Powell said under oath, quote, "No one in their right mind would believe me." No shit, lady. No shit.
But you're not talking to those people. You're talking to the decapitated spirits out there who watch Fox News and hear nothing but the same thing over and over again from different hosts.
It's
Who
the
are
same
time
as
travelers.
Tucker's legal defenses. Nobody believes me, you know.
And see, to me, that's not a defense. Somebody believes you.
Yep.
And whether you call that person in their right mind, okay, that ain't for you to assess. Somebody still picked up what you said and made an action on it.
Mm-hmm.
I just asked if she was going to suffer a consequence because of this, because of her relationship with the headless mummy time traveler. And I get over time, yes, she suffers a lot, actually, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups. It's all the stuff she wants, especially fame and notoriety. The stuff that she wants, the stuff that she wishes for. That is going to slowly deteriorate. Well, not slowly. It's going to deteriorate. And over time, everything else does too, like her career and reputation. But yeah, there's some major change with the death card coming towards her, and it's unavoidable because it's in the will. So this kind of thing that's kind of fated to happen. So there you go. Be careful of the company you keep, madam.
Yeah, the steady, different perspective you spew, you're going to regret. I get they're already coming after her, and to your point, major changes coming for her. She's going to crash and burn. She's going to end up losing her license, so severely burdening her. And Rudy too, probably here because I got a man showing up here.
And even if she were to keep her license, hypothetically,
who would hire her?
That's what I'm saying. Who the hell would hire her?
I don't know. Never say never.
I mean,
if the prices are real low and you real desperate,
I would take my chances with a public defender before.
I mean,
you know?
Sidney Powell retainer, a pack of now laters and a sour pickle. She'll
that's a bag of hot Takis, but
she'll defend you.
I noticed the peanut butter boys didn't hire her.
Yeah.
So Georgia has now passed a bill that allows them to remove the AGs and prosecutors at their whim, basically, is what it is. Are they going to interfere with Fani Willis's lawsuits? Because Brian Kemp said he's signing the bill when it gets to his desk.
Local elections are important.
Amen.
Even more so.
They also have, I think they said they only had 4 black prosecutors in the state before, and now they have 8 or 9. So Fannie called it a racist bill. She was like, never mind the white woman that wouldn't prosecute the father and son over Ahmaud Arbery's death.
What did I miss? I had you guys on mute.
That's just Gavin.
Oh. Well, don't the voters vote in the attorney general?
Well, it's like they're doing in Mississippi, to where they get to say, we get to decide, not you anymore.
So the voters...
We get to decide if we like your... Oh, and the lieutenant governor there is one of the targets in her investigation, too.
So what they're saying is, okay, the voters get to vote in the AG, but we get to just technically choose our own because we can just fire you at any time and pick our own.
Yeah, so the lieutenant governor, who's actually one of the targets...
Isn't that unconstitutional against the state's constitution?
Can say, I don't like this lawsuit.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of the bill, though, is so it no longer goes against the state constitution.
Did they change the state's constitution?
That's, I think, the hope is after this bill, then that's the next step.
Is to change the state. Well, they're kind of putting the cart before the horse, though, right?
The bill would start first. This is the bill that sets the precedent. So then they could go back and
the bill would be effective starting in September once Kemp signs it.
yeah.
But wait, is Fannie Willis the DA or the AG? She's the DA. She's the district attorney, right?
I thought she was a
Fannie. Hold on.
Let's look up.
Yeah.
I thought she was an AG.
Is an American attorney. I know that part.
But is she AG or
District
DA?
Attorney of Fulton County.
Just
So she's the DA, not the AG.
Yeah.
yeah, but they could get rid of her too.
Mhm.
Like any prosecutors that they want to get rid of, they can just boom, you're off.
Because her office is being a little too justicey, and they
Mhm.
don't really like that.
Yep. Oh, damn it. The one time I need my face to be oily. There you go. For those of you who can't see, yes, that is the justice card. They are very much being to it's gonna burden her office. It's gonna burden their cause is the end. No matter what work they try to do, there's gonna be some heartbreak, some loss. Justice is at the base of this, but it's gonna be burdened. It is going to be severely burdened with the 10 of Wands. It's something's the world. Something's gonna come to an end. I think it's gonna get, and when I say this, I say calm down. It gets real. These we're hearing death rattles, y'all. These are death rattles. These are last ditch attempts to keep whatever semblance of what they want. And it goes very hard on one side before it eventually that pendulum swings in the other direction. Take a deep breath. It's going to burden a lot of people, but that's the kind of the point of the law. That's what they want.
I get the King of Swords and the Star. There is a person with the Eight of Swords and the Tower who is trying to create havoc with the Tower and restriction with the Eight of Swords. The thing about the Eight of Swords, however, is yes, it is limited and it is restrictive. But if you assessed your situation, you find the solution out of those restrictions. Everything has a loophole, guaranteed. And so if she is to remain vigilant, which I do see the Queen of Swords somewhere and the Knight of Wands, she knows this is coming. She is not a fool. She is a strategist. And so she can see this coming. And so she does have some sort of way with the Six of Swords out of the Eight of Swords. And so, but it is going to take time and it's going to take some maneuvering. And yes, they are trying to isolate. So this will happen, I do believe. But the Eight of Swords is not inescapable. So just deep breath.
Yeah, I get there's a corrupt motivation to try to move things the direction they want. Because there's men that know they're going to be defending themselves against her, that she's coming after them. I get she's going to be slow and steady and wrap this up. There's something about the timing of this that she may get enough out there in front of America to see what all's going on with the indictments that they can't stop her. Because I get they'll be out in the cold from trying to do anything. They're going to have to lay low around her. I get she's got strength and will be victorious in this, and that she hangs on through this. So she's got to get the speaking indictments out there to let people know what the grand jury found quick before they have a chance to get this bill into effect.
I get the cross, the book, and the lilies. She'll be okay. There's one man that knows that there's a burden that's coming, though. This guy, whoever that is. I don't know who that is. That's the King of Spades. Older conservative man. I don't know if this. I don't know who's the AG over there or the. I don't know. It's just an older guy, but there's knowledge of a burden coming. Sacrifice.
And this also is a word of warning to don't sue people and try investigations for 44 years either. Like, move a little faster if you can. I know things are slow and the people you're suing are masters at delay, but time is of the essence, always.
Okay. Fly Pence was doing a speech this weekend, and he said history will hold Donald Trump accountable for January 6th. It's the first time he's really spoken out against him.
What?
Mike Pence this weekend said history will hold Donald Trump accountable for January 6th.
I think he's walking it back now.
He went on to say people have a right to know what happened, but at the same time, he's fighting the subpoena that Jack Smith sent him. People have a right to know, but not from me.
Yeah.
You know? Why is he suddenly flipping on Trump? Why now? Because he knows he can't deny that subpoena? Why is he suddenly ousting Trump finally?
Because he said my family was there and they were put in danger. Yeah, you were too.
Did
Buddy.
he just suddenly wake up to the fact they wanted to hang his ass?
I was like, did we forget about the noose and the gallows? Did we just forget that they rolled up a guillotine for your ass, my guy?
History will hold Donald Trump accountable.
That you have to go and hide in a bunker and change your drawers because you were scared that you may have defecated yourself a little bit.
Where did his backbone suddenly come from?
Because here's another thing. History will hold Donald Trump accountable. How about you start?
You should have held him accountable, you dirty, slimy, no good, death warp, fly trap, mother sucker for the last.
He wasn't trying to kill history.
Jerk. Good Lord, I hate people. Why now?
Yeah, he also reiterated, like, I couldn't change the electoral college
You
vote.
tried.
Yeah, he only had how many conversations with that one lawyer? That
With his Who Wants to Be a Millionaire phone a friend,
And
calling everybody.
former VP Dan Quayle and everybody else he could think of to call. Can I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick. How many years in prison will I get? real quick. Have they set up the hanging station yet? Why now? He is there's getting, because the election is getting right, we're in election season, there's going to be some confusion in the part that he played in his job and his role as vice president. So he's trying to get on top of this to correct the narrative. He doesn't want to get sued. He does not want to get in trouble. This is him trying to PR himself out of this. There is no emotional change. There is not a single cup here. It is all wands. This is about playing a tactic. This is all an act. This is him trying to make sure that is in the back. There's two of wands. There's this plan. He had to get his shnikes together. This is all about trying to correct the narrative of the role that he played that day and as vice president. Nothing more, nothing less. That's why.
What'd you get, Johnny?
That's what I get. Is they're trying to spin the story, control the narrative, especially to set up for 2024. Because I get my America card and the Empress to set the stage for the Bush GOP, as they're calling them now. And so we sort of need to change the narrative to make sure that you have a distinction between we were the victims and he was the perpetrator. And so there's some manipulation and some gaslighting with the Seven of Cups and the Magician. This is all a song and dance. You stood by him even when he assaulted you. So
What'd you get, Becca?
fish writer, bouquet, anchor, key. Why is he changing a story? Consultants said, hey, if you want to win the independence and you want to get some money and maybe fundraise, you're going to
Forget
have
about the 20% get the independence.
Like,
Yep.
I was thinking, this smells very PR firm crafted. That answer, I smell a PR crafted answer from a mile away.
this is a consultant and shopping, gifts, important. And then right here with this, that's how you're going to achieve it. That's how you're going to get where you need to go. So if you read it across, it's the feedback from a consultant. This is how you're going to please the independents, secure that base. That's your answer. That's your ticket. So
I think it's
but I
tied
don't
in.
know how independents feel about Mr. Uppity Jesus, though, that wants to shove his religious beliefs down everybody's throats. But that's just,
Yeah, it's got to do with the details about the job that he wants to do. He's trying to temper down the supporters of the big lie here, and the Trump supporters. He's trying to send a message out, and I think it's tied to the manipulations that Fox did, all the abundance of manipulations they did. So I think that something has to do with messaging around how they're talking about January 6th. And he's trying to put something out there about we're defending democracy, we're defending America. So he wants to be looked as the next savior.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
It's very cryptic when you said the next savior because of his religious ties and his Bible thumping gin. It was very cryptic. Well done. Well done.
I have a non-political question I want to look at that I stumbled on the other day. They have a new vaccine that they're going to be using on the queens in the honeybee hives that supposedly will help with parasites and other illnesses, because we've been losing millions and billions of honeybees every year. What they do is can you imagine trying to vaccinate a queen bee, like hold it with a little tweezer and a syringe, like anyway, they vaccinate the queen and then she passes it on, I guess, through her eggs on the drones and everything. And I want to know, will this be successful?
One of the most important things to our ecology.
It's impacted farmers all around the world, but especially here in America. Some of it's climate change, some of it's parasites, some of it's other diseases. But they've got a vaccine that'll at least help with some of the diseases. It won't help with climate change issues, but
that's encouraging.
and all the farmers that I saw him talking to said, "We'll try anything. We'll try it."
Yeah. I think it will. There's so much support in groups. It's so funny. Right when I got my outcome card is when you said there was a lot of support from the farmers. I do. I think just from the with the 10 of cups and the 4 of wands, I get like the individual bee communities that they populate with and vaccinate with the queen bees. Like we're going to see in the world an actual widespread. So it's going to start very localized, but we're going to see a big change globally. And there's going to be a lot of, once they see it and see the benefits, a lot of support, even more support for this. So I feel very encouraged, which makes me happy. I hope I'm not choosing to read this the way I want to. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm feeling encouraged. This vaccine, it's looking like it could be a game changer.
I think so too. What you getting, Johnny?
I get in one place specifically because I get the 8 of swords, 4 of swords, so it's not widespread. Thank you, Caroline. And I get the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. The Wheel of Fortune is overtime. So overtime, this thing really does pack a lot of positive results. The 8 of Pentacles, this is something that you're going to have to either change or perfect. So it may be like human vaccines to where it needs a booster and a elevated thing because the virus is also mutated. So it may be one of those things to where it takes diligence, which means to bring it back into politics, unfortunately. There may be a thing with the EPA where it needs more money or some sort of government organization, which means you have to keep voting Democrat. But there's that aspect of it too. But this is actually, with the Page of Pentacles, a very, very, very good idea, especially for specific places. So climate may also be a factor in how the bees respond. because they also adapt to their environments too. So it may be in specific places, maybe hotter environments with the wands here, but yes, good idea.
Yeah, I get it's a fight. You can't tell who's winning for. I get it'll balance things out in like 2 to 3 generations. It may take a few generations. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a delay. Like they might get some wins here and there, but for it to affect all the men, all the males, it may take a few generations. So they might have an issue locally somewhere with some deaths from it. So I don't know if that's from the vaccine or like they just have too many that have died off, so they can't make an impact on it. Looks like, but I get there is hope for the men, for the males, and protecting them. So I think it will be successful.
Gives me hope. Gives me hope. Yay, yay, yay.
Support our honeybees. Let's see.
I'm sorry. I went back to Mitch McConnell falling. And then I had to hold it in, and then I realized I was going to hell, just like Johnny.
I was gonna read on DeSantis liking Thai food. He can't say Thai food. He calls it Thai food. It's like, is that a Freudian slip? It's like, yeah, they're all from Thailand. I like, oh my God, what
Thai food.
Thai food,
Oh
like
my
chicken
God.
thighs.
I mean, you don't even have to. I mean, Thai food. Though.
And he doesn't like to be corrected on it. It's Thai food. You can't tell me how
That's
to.
not an accent thing. That's you just being stupid and not asking somebody how do you say
It's
it.
got a TH. I'm going to pronounce it the way I want. I don't care if the people from Thailand pronounce it Thai.
You real loud and real wrong with your and real loud. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's look at Wisconsin Supreme Court. They've got down to the Republican Dan Kelly or the Dem Janet. Oh, I cannot pronounce her last name. Hang on. Protasewicz.
Yeah, you on
Anyway.
your own on that one.
I mean, can't help it.
Dem or Republican, because this is a crucial one. This is going to be a state that can shift their Supreme Court in a state that is quite blue or getting bluer.
What state is that?
Wisconsin. They
What
did
was-
their primaries, and now they got it narrowed down to a Republican and a Democrat for the Supreme Court.
For the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So the
It's a
question
big
is,
state because if they get another Republican in there, it'll be like our federal Supreme Court. Very
Protasewicz. Is that how you? Because Trillium Tarot's sounded it out.
Protasewicz.
Trillium, I need you to come to work with me every Thursday when I have a staff meeting and help me with phonetically pronouncing things.
Names.
That was brilliant.
Oh wait.
Dem or Republican?
Shoot. Hold on.
So who shall win?
I'm getting it, maybe the Democrat.
Ooh, it's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. The Republican is going to drag it out, try to hold on before they go away. But I am getting, it's going to possibly be the Democrat, but it's going to be that Republican's going to drag it out before they go away. So
There's some shenanigans going on in
Yeah,
this election.
I got that too.
At the tower, the stars, and the garden, there's something legal in Wisconsin that is vastly popular that affects society and the public there. Whoever is in support of that is the one that wins. So I don't know I don't know what's going on in Wisconsin. There's the law, there's something that's vast, and it affects the public.
Women's rights.
Because it says here there's an abundance for something that is popular and a whole lot of support for something legal that's popular and something to do with society. That's legal. So whoever stands with the law on that one is the one that wins. So, and because this is social, I would say the more left-leaning one maybe, but I could be wrong. I don't know what's going on in Wisconsin.
It's funny. I think the Republican is going to declare victory and then have to change that, so it's going to be, I won. I do think that, after a delay, the Democrat's going to win it.
So what you're saying is another Carrie Lake situation, right?
Yes. Yes. Typical Republican. They're going to say, I won. Take it to the Supreme Court with your new elected Democrat. What do you get, Tony?
I got nothing, so I have no idea. As I got the ace, I didn't get any people, and I didn't get a Republican or Democrat card either. But whoever is new to the process or new to this realm or new to the race is who I get. But there will be a new person there, but no indication of a who.
So what are they trying to do? They're trying to ban abortions in Wisconsin? Is that what's going on?
Women's rights, election rights, all kinds of stuff. I mean, this is the state Ron Johnson's from, and he went running over to Russia one time. Mm-hmm. So it's a very important state. It went to Biden in the last election, but it's slowly flipping blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, 2 final questions. MTG.
Oh, no.
When she goes to her little class reunions, her little high school class reunions, what do her former classmates think about her?
That bitch. That's what they think of her. She just seemed like she was the awkward, smelly girl that just made everybody's life miserable.
Okay, so it running through my head was not MTG, but possibly BO. So it's I see the Oracle deck today on Etsy. I almost bought it. It'd have been perfect for this reading, right? It had some of the rudest cards I've ever seen. Oh my.
You have to send me the link.
That she is a fool and that she has very wild or untamed thoughts. Mm-hmm. That the way she speaks and the things she says, even back then, were erratic. There is the Knight of Pentacles, or Knight of Swords, I'm sorry, which is your erratic. Your Knight of Cups. Okay. 9 of Cups. Quit saying the wrong words. Leave me alone, please. The 9 of Cups and the Fool card. That's because I was being messy. That's what that was. God will plant in the tongue of confusion in your mouth if you're trying to be messy. So there is something here about erratic and wishful thinking, like she's going to be president one day, or like she says goofy things. And so that's who they thought she was. 8 of Swords in her head, all the ways, yep. Pie in the sky.
Thank you, Margaret, for the super chat. I get, they think she's the childish always was petty, childish, mean, that is like a dog with a bone, won't let go of anything, no matter what you say. She's just gonna beat you down with it. And super, super like high voltage, over anxious. They don't have very many nice things to say about her. She's basically is a very immature, bratty kid who wouldn't know when to just take a hint. It was like that as an adult.
What'd you get, Becca?
Box, scythe, book, anchor, and bouquet. Don't lose hope, folks. Even a dumbass can get the job.
She needs to sit down, shut up, and reflect for a little bit on herself. They've mostly turned their backs on her because she's always moving, creating chaos. But they think justice is gonna, like she's gonna end up with a court case or something here. It's kind of like, we're waiting on you to come home because, we think your daddy wants to have a little conversation with you. She's a bully and she's erratic, and it might be time for daddy or somebody to sit her down and put her straight. Lauren Boebert is going to be a 36-year-old grandmother.
Because teen pregnancy is really cool.
Let's not teach the children how you get pregnant.
Let's teach my 4 boys how to be men. At 17, her son is...
Didn't she brag about giving birth to one of her kids in the front seat of her pickup truck? Wasn't that one of the things she was bragging about?
Yeah.
Like, girl,
she was underage when she started seeing her husband, who got her pregnant, as a teen pregnancy, got her pregnant, and meanwhile he's showing himself to underage girls at the bowling lane. So
and then failed her GED like 4 times.
He's going to be a Randy McNally when he gets older. You watch.
Starting early.
I can't get over how that front seat of that pickup truck smelled like hot mayonnaise and lemon juice after giving birth.
Adrian.
Sorry.
Oh.
Who smells like TG or Boebert?
I mean,
sorry, Johnny. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus, somebody help me right now.
But I'm not lying. That's exactly what it smelled like.
Mitch McConnell, then I can't get up. Wait a minute.
Hot mayonnaise and lemon juice. I'm sorry, y'all. I understand if you'll never have it.
Oh, man.
do it again.
I'm not sure what my question is here on her. I'm like trying to figure out.
Was it something about the girl that he got pregnant?
The 14, 15-year-old he got pregnant?
Yeah. Was that?
Let's ask, how will her constituents view this? Because she's already catching flack in her church where she was talking about somebody should take Biden out for entertainment purposes only. See Lauren Boebert about that.
What happened, Jenny, was there's a Christian group that has signed a petition to ask her to resign because she's weaponizing their religion, praying for Biden to leave office. After she got busted saying that she was praying for him to get unalived, she's since then changed it to that his days in office are short and whatever.
Or impeach him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But how will her constituents see her now?
I mean, she barely won her election, dude. And the guy that ran against her, has announced that he's running against her again next year.
Yeah, and he didn't lose by that much.
No,
it was really close.
500 votes or something. It was less than 1,000.
Hot mayonnaise and lemon juice.
For those in the chat, her 17-year-old son impregnated a 15-year-old, which in Colorado is of legal consent age. So,
Oh, sorry. She really works my nerves for some reason. Look at her little smug face.
She's just dumb, Adrian. It's like if you ever have a bad day and you feel stupid, just look at Lord Boebert and go, "Yep, I'm a genius."
So loud and so wrong. It's just
Of
And
all the people that shouldn't be procreating, it's her family. Don't pass along that gene pool.
This is giving very much Sarah Palin and her family. This is what
Yeah.
this is feeling like. They want her to go away with the Four of Swords. They want to take a rest, sit this one out. They want her to go do something new. Please, please go do something new. This is not the job for you. I don't know how you got in again, but can you go do something else while you're here until we can get you out? Please, please, for the love of everything holy, be a little bit more balanced. Stop saying stupid crap that makes all of us look good. Stop with all of these fights and these tit for tats and trying to win at any means necessary. Just be done with it. Just go away.
What you getting, Becca?
Her constituents don't know what the hell is going on, and they want her to go away. The dog, the clouds, and the writer. Just take your and just go, get out. I think I saw too, Adrian, at when she announced it at that rally. People were kind of like,
Like,
they weren't sure. They weren't sure, like, if that was a good thing. Like, yay, teen pregnancy because Jesus, you know?
Yeah, because we believe in life.
and there was a whole bunch of bless your hearts, but they meant it in the Southern way.
Yeah.
It's like you can't teach your son to have safe sex. You can't teach him to have.
And she wants to get rid of sexual education in the schools.
Whole bunch of little.
He's so dumb. He was probably like, I don't know how that happened. What'd you get, Johnny?
I get they cast judgment because her kid was intimate. I got the judgment card. Knight of Wands is the intimacy for me programmed, because then I get the lovers and the fools. So the fools were out making babies while they are babies, and she is going to be the one that gets the judgment.
I just hope the kids of the girl that her son just knocked up, I hope that their parents sue the crap out of Boebert for child support, because you know that 17-year-old kid can't support.
It's going to be worth
it himself.
This is a reap what you sow karma card here. They are working to get her out. They want her gone. They want her gone. They want her gone. They're working on it. I get there was probably an increase in donations to Planned Parenthood. And they don't like her bullying or anything, so they're working on their other options. All the strength will go to the other candidate in the next election. So,
she barely won. She got by the skin of her teeth, Jen. It was like around the 500 votes or something, that if I remember.
Somebody in the chat said 250. It's going anywhere from 5 to 250.
Yeah, it was close.
It was close. It was close.
Well, just a reminder, please visit unfoxmycablebox.com.
And follow Adrian.
Adrian.
And get a reading from Adrian.
We'll be on Becca's channel next Sunday. Thursday night, I'll be live with Psychic Violetta on her channel. 5 Central, 6 Eastern.
And those that were asking, I had arroz con pollo y frijoles negros, chicken and rice and black
beans. It looked good.
I'll have to go make some more because my ass is hungry.
That looked really good.
Thank you guys, and thank you, Lucky Girl, for posting my link for me. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.